Hey, it's V again, and I've just gone through a book called Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld. Like the title suggests, it is a romance story. The main character, Sally, is a sketch writer for a late night comedy reality TV show. Like they seem to specialize in more satirical things, commentary on popular trends, etc., stuff like that. Only she starts off the story being extremely annoyed because of this phenomenon that she has observed in her workplace, where a lot of the guys that she knows who are really, I guess, average looking, really unremarkable people somehow end up paired with women who are both exceptionally beautiful and professionally very successful. And she's kind of irritated by this phenomena, primarily because she has this deep belief that it would never ever happen the other way around. Like there's no way that an average looking woman would ever end up with a super successful and really handsome man. And she decides to write this one of her sketch proposals is kind of based on this rule, I guess. Only at the same time that this is happening, they have a new musical guest and host for that week's production that she ends up working with on several of the sketches. Like his name is Noah, and she finds him extremely attractive. Like he's a very popular singer, and it sounds like basically so each week like they invite another famous person who participates, I guess, in these. I guess I kind of think of them as skits or something, but like on their different episodes. But over the course of working with him, she starts to develop feelings for him. But at the same time, she puts herself into that extremely average, not necessarily super attractive category. And so to her, like this is a romance that is doomed before it even begins. And since this is a romance story, that's kind of the focus of where things start. And the story follows their admittedly pretty rocky relationship starting in 2018, I think it was, and actually following them through to the early years of the pandemic. So something that I liked. I like the way this story talks about a lot of the small events and stuff in each of these characters' lives. She and Noah have a lot of conversations and stuff where they share things about their themselves and for instance, there was this small story that I really liked when they were comparing tattoos because he was freaking out about going on the show and whether or not he needs to cover up his tattoos, freaking out as in because he wasn't sure if there was the right thing to do, since the skit he was participating in was on his younger self at a time when he did not have tattoos, so whether it would be more appropriate to cover them up or not and stuff like that. But anyways, so she shows him her tattoo, which actually is of a hamster, and it's such a really weird choice. And she tells him that it's because when she was a kid, they had a hamster in class that she really really liked, and she told her mom, oh, she wants to get a tattoo of a hamster. But her mom told her that, okay, well, if you wait until you're 21 years old and you still want the tattoo, then not only will she let her get the tattoo, she will get a tattoo with her. So at age 21, obviously at this point, it's not really about getting the hamster tattoo. It's more that Sally wants to keep her mom holding to her end of the bargain, so they go and get tattoos. Only at the same time, without telling each other, she wrote mom next to her hamster, and her mom wrote Sally's name next to her hamster. Just kind of this sweet, touching moment, I guess, that shows how close they were and the kind of relationship that they had. So I really like these kind of moments and stuff that it shares in their lives. But something I did not like. So I admit this is another one of those stories I picked up because it sounded like it should be funny. I mean, she writes for a comedy show, right? And it's called romantic comedy, so I expected it to have a lot of humor. And I won't say it didn't have humor, it did have its funny moments, but there was also a lot of humor that I think just kind of missed the mark with me. Like, maybe I just don't understand stand-up comedy or whatever, but there were a lot of times when like the characters were laughing and I just did not understand what was supposed to be funny. So yeah, and I guess the main character does kind of do a lot of self-sabotage, but the story understands that and it is something that they deal with.